is not given, it is taken. And if used properly, it becomes a force that bends reality to your will. Master the art of dark psychology with 20 proven tactics that will have anyone doing exactly what you want without even knowing it. Learn how to manipulate minds, control outcomes, and unlock the true potential of your influence. And note, these tactics are only for true Sigma male who can handle them. If you are not someone who can handle and not a Sigma, please don't watch this video. All right, with that being said, let's get started. Trick 1. The power of 3. First up, we have the power of 3. People are wired to remember things in groups of 3. So, whenever you're trying to convince someone of something, break your points down into 3 simple ideas. This makes you appear more organized, persuasive, and impactful. Whether you're giving a speech, sending a text, or even making a sales pitch, keep it to 3, and you'll have their attention. Use this tactic in presentations or arguments by structuring your points into 3 simple, memorable ideas. For example, when pitching a project, highlight 3 key benefits to make it more persuasive. Trick 2. Pattern interrupt. Sigmas are creatures of habit. So, when a conversation starts to get stale, or you need to break someone's focus, surprise them with something unexpected. It could be as simple as asking, "What's something you're hoping to happen this week?" This subtle shift jolts them out of their routine, making them more receptive to what you say next. In conversations, if someone is zoning out or stuck in a repetitive routine, break the pattern by asking an unexpected question. For example, if you're in a meeting and someone looks distracted, ask, "What's the most exciting thing you're working on right now?" to reset their focus. Trick 3. The yes ladder tactic. This is a sneaky way to get people to say yes to a big request. Start with small, easy-to-answer questions like, "Are you free this weekend?" or "Do you have a minute to chat?" Once they say yes, the momentum builds, and they're much more likely to say yes to your bigger ask later on. Trick 4. Self-deprecating humor. Self-deprecating humor makes you more approachable. By poking fun at yourself or laughing at your mistakes, you seem more human, relatable, and less intimidating. People are drawn to others who don't take themselves too seriously, and it helps lower their defenses. Use this in social or professional settings to disarm tension. For example, when meeting new colleagues, lightly joke about a mistake you made to show you're human and approachable. Trick 5. The 90-second rule. When someone is upset, don't interrupt them. Let them vent for at least 90 seconds. This simple trick allows people to release their frustrations, and by just listening, you'll earn their trust and respect. Trick 6. The finish line trick. When you're procrastinating or lacking motivation, picture how great it will feel to finish the task. Visualizing success will push you past hesitation and motivate you to take action, making you feel more in control. Use this technique to motivate yourself when facing procrastination. For example, before starting a report, imagine the satisfaction of sending it off and use that feeling to fuel your productivity. Trick 7. Underpromise and overdeliver. Always underpromise and overdeliver. If you set expectations lower than what you can deliver and exceed them, you come across as highly competent and trustworthy. This tactic is all about surprising people in a way that makes them think you're more capable than they initially expected. For instance, when working on a project, tell your client it will take a bit longer than expected, then finish early and impress them with your efficiency. Trick 8. The shared struggle. Trick. The shared struggle works because people bond over common challenges. In a meeting or social setting, mentioning a struggle you're both facing will create a connection and make them feel more aligned with you. Trick 9. The reversal technique. Here's a sneaky one. The reversal technique. If someone resists your idea, agree with them, but with a twist. Say, "You're right, it might not work," and watch them fight for your idea, often convincing themselves in the process. Trick 10. The 5-second favor. The 5-second favor is about making quick, small gestures to build goodwill, help someone carry their bags, open a door, or offer a compliment. These small acts of kindness create a positive association with you and build trust. For instance, offer to hold the door open for someone or compliment a colleague on their work to establish rapport and build trust. Trick 11. The empathy pivot. If someone seems frustrated or upset, pause and consider their feelings. Showing genuine empathy changes the conversation's tone and makes them more open to your influence. For example, in a heated discussion, acknowledge the other person's feelings first before offering your perspective, making them more likely to listen and engage positively. Trick 12. The spotlight effect. People tend to overestimate how much others notice their mistakes or flaws. This is called the spotlight effect. Use this to your advantage by subtly hinting that you've noticed a minor detail about them. Something as simple as, "I noticed you're very organized," makes them feel observed and valued. They'll likely feel more connected to you and may become more open to your influence. Trick 13. The emotional mirror. Humans naturally connect with those who reflect their emotions. By subtly mirroring someone's emotional state, whether it's excitement, frustration, or calmness, you can create a powerful, almost invisible bond. They'll subconsciously feel understood and may be more inclined to trust and agree with you. Trick 14. The curiosity trap. Curiosity is a powerful motivator. Use the curiosity trap by holding back just enough information to pique their interest. For example, saying, "There's something important I noticed about your approach, but I'll tell you later," leaves them wanting more. They'll keep paying attention, eager to hear what you have to say next. Trick 15. The invisible string technique. When you want someone to follow your lead, take the first step in a direction and pause. People naturally feel compelled to mirror your actions. For example, start nodding while speaking, and they'll often nod along with you. This subtle mirroring establishes a rhythm where they feel more inclined to agree with you. Trick 16. The illusion of control. People feel empowered when they think they're in control. To gain their cooperation, give them a sense of control by framing your requests as if they were their idea. Say something like, "How would you handle this?" This simple act gives them a sense of autonomy, making them more likely to comply with your suggestions. Trick 17. The value anchor. To make something seem more valuable, start by mentioning a higher priced or harder to achieve option first. This is called the value anchor. For example, if you're selling an idea or a product, Mention an expensive or difficult alternative first, making your actual proposal seem like a reasonable choice in comparison. Trick 18. The reciprocation rule. Humans are wired to return favors. This is known as the reciprocation rule. To get something you want, give something small, first a compliment, a minor favor, or even a bit of advice. This creates a sense of obligation. They'll feel compelled to reciprocate, which can lead them to agree to a much bigger request from you. Trick 19. The foot in the door technique. The foot in the door technique is a classic psychological trick. Start by asking for a small favor. Once they agree, follow up with a bigger request. By initially saying yes, they're subconsciously more inclined to comply with a larger ask, as it aligns with their self-image of being helpful. Trick 20. The deadline trick. Finally, the deadline trick. Adding a sense of urgency, like a deadline, creates a fear of missing out and can push people into action. Instead of saying, "Could you do this sometime soon?" say, "Could you have this done by tomorrow?" Deadlines add pressure and make them feel compelled to meet your time frame. Power isn't just a trait, it's a skill, one you can master if you're serious about gaining influence. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss more tactics that can transform your interactions. Comment below with the tactic you'll try first, and hit the like button if you're ready to take control. Remember, these aren't just tips, they're tools to shape the world around you. Now, go out there and make these strategies work for you. The power is yours for the taking.